Welcome back, folks. Now that I got Emmerich to complete the group, I'll be heading back to Mimrathis to meet Morrigan at the Cobble Swan. I'll be saving up my commentaries until the end, so let's hop right into the game. Let's play.
Nice to meet someone else from Ventus. My family has roots there.
House Parvus. Sure. If you call owning half the city having roots.
I've been back recently.
As always, I'm here if you need me.
Professor Volkarin, welcome back.
Dorian, wonderful to see you again.
Check the back for me.
Yes, Lorelei. You call Manfred?
I'm sure you have business somewhere, elsewhere.
You call Manfred Fred?
Sure. He walked into my office. I said, Fred, can I call you Fred? He nodded. Seemed happy about it. If he doesn't like it...
Oh, Manfred doesn't mind. He quite likes you. Does the diminutive imply a certain level of comfort with the necromantic arts?
It shows a certain level of comfort with your friend. The rest of it, well, that depends.
On what?
On what the mage using it is up to.
Hey! Don't touch the treasure.
Please.
Got company.
They hit hard!
Time to finish it.
And now a dragon.
Hey, Rook. What's happening to this city? I heard some people lost their homes.
What could you do? Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed, but today we have a guest, and he needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who it is.
Yes.
Good to see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Trevelyan, the man who led us all.
How many famous people do you know, Harding? Should I expect the Divine to show up?
She also served in the Inquisition, but we didn't talk much.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric. You've put together an impressive team, and you've got the best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I won't let you down.
Don't worry about me. Worry about the people you've recruited, and about the people depending on you. I only sealed the breach because I had people like Cassandra, Liliana, and Cullen with me from the start. Without Dorian's magic and Josephine's diplomacy, we never would have come together to stop Corypheus. Years later, I had to disband the Inquisition. But I never lost the friends who'd gotten me through it all. Ultimately, they're the only ones you can really count on. Do right by them and you'll find your way.
We've got the makings of a good team, I think. We'll do our best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do his best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. He has not been idle while you assembled your team.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the south?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Orlais. Valroyo and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I called in a favor with the Divine. Your mother's safe with some old friends.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might be gone, but my name still carries some weight. I've used it to get people working together where they can. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
If the south is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk? And how did you get here so fast?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Alluvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's Viravus, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet him.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength? Tevinter hates me. The Venatori help make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. He brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette. We've found others like it in the crossroads. Where'd you find yours?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him, somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Solus is trapped in the Fade. He's not my biggest concern at the moment.
Solus is trapped in your dreams, and while he cannot match Elganon or Gillenane in strength, he is far more cunning. He is the Dreadwolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many times do you think the gods thought him trapped and helpless?
I considered Solus a friend. I'd hoped to convince him to see reason. It's too late for that now, but still, if this can give you some insight, help you understand him, whatever it turns out to be, I hope that it helps.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
Father gives me an allowance and I barely use any of it. I could donate some to those who need it more.
You're adorable. Trying so hard.
You're welcome to peruse what's about.
How about some Ferelden cheese?
Best produce here. Ask anyone.
That woman. What's happened? What's going on?
My husband, Atticus, he was going to the Snake Nest, said he needed to help a friend, and he never came home. But when I ask inside, they say he never arrived. They're lying. I know it, but...
What's your name?
Sabina.
If we learn anything, we'll let you know. So, the Snake Nest.
Used to be a busy place. Word is it slowed down.
It's worth checking out.
A dragon here? I never thought.
You never think it will happen to you.
I've a question for you about Minrathous, Nev.
Do you?
I've heard its mage circles are the strongest in Tevinter.
So they claim.
One does hear things, boasts about particular methods and so on.
Funny. We hear the same about Navarro.
This is it. The snake nest. Let's look around, see what we find. I don't think we'll get any answers from him. This Linus, he must own the snake nest. And he knows Atticus. We're looking for someone named Atticus.
Haven't seen anyone.
He was meeting someone here. He disappeared.
Yeah? People do that all over.
Well, I'm still looking into it.
Wasting your time's your business.
Some burnt documents. Too burnt to get anything.
We should look outside, search the area.
The bard is playing the Trespasser Tavern song about Sarah.
Interest you in a tapestry?
Do you think anyone's hiring?
Shiny things, but beautiful people.
So, necromancy's your calling?
Like most Navaran mages, I hope it's not a concern.
We'll find out.
Your own practice. Your work must find you in dangerous corners. Your experience with blood magic.
Do you want to know if I've tried it myself?
Well, in so many words.
Never have, never would.
I remember some days back, while moving a bunch of crates off a ship, I could have sworn something was alive in one.
What happened here? Blood. There's a trail. A blood-stained shirt.
No cuts in the material. The blood didn't belong to the owner.
Take a look at that. A sick kid. His father thought Atticus could help, but something feels off. All right. That Snake Nest bartender must know something. We need to talk to her. Again.
Oh, a desperate parent means desperate measures.
A man named Atticus came to the Snake Nest. We know he was headed here, that your boss Linus knows him. We've been to Linus's home.
All right, it's the boss. He's been acting weird since the kid got sick. Urgent meetings, always checking the storage. But you're Nev Gallus. If you think you can do something, I'll let you in.
I'll do what I can.
It's across the road.
How odd she didn't notice Nev the first time we were here. Who can ignore Nev's stare as she strips away your pretense with her sharp wit and eagle eyes, right? That's how I see her anyways.
The bar storage. There has to be more here.
Aw, no puzzle for it? That was too easy. Come here, please.
All this under the bar storage.
No matter. We must press farther.
Oops, didn't see that. Yeah, I figured Linus would submit to using blood magic.
Linus, the Snake Nest owner. He made a pact with a demon to save his kid. But the price, it was too high.
I'll follow up. Make sure the kid's still taken care of.
There's a key. We should see what else is here. How many did he kill? All for a demon. This was Atticus. His locket. We can return it to Sabina. There. Much sturdier than the old one.
Oh, why is this here? Is this another ancient elven ruin?
You know, Emmerich, when a necromancer moves in, I thought we might get undead bursting through the floor. But you keep things quiet, and Fred's a good neighbor.
You'll have to forgive my own worries. All I've read of Tevinter.
I can respect the wariness.
Forgiveness so soon? Wait a second. Isn't Agnes and Marissa the same two people on notes found in another elven ruin? You know, the quest that had us enter from the docks through a hole in the wall, fight darkspawns, and pop some major blight boils that branches out like a puzzle, so we had to utilize the sun a lot? That one?
Trouble ahead?
Something sealed past here.
The magic
I recognize that name.
is strange.
I'm sure Lucanus would be interested in knowing Zara brought demons to Mirathis.
Trouble over there. Have at them!
Okay. I feel that there should be an explanation why there's a gigantic cage here. For a dragon, maybe?
I wanted to ask, Nev. You had your concerns about me at first.
A few.
But not Manfred?
What can I say? He's a good egg.
Quite right.
I have been here.
There's a fight ahead. Well done, Nev!
This is the entrance from the dock. We sort of came full circle.
About my question earlier, Emmerich. You can't tell how long a body's been dead by how cold it is?
There's too many interfering factors and variables.
So that journal I showed you...
The time of death couldn't be pinpointed based on temperature. No.
Thanks. There's a shadow dragon I want you to meet.
I just don't think Halos's fish is all that special.
You're joking. Halos makes the best fish in the city.
He burns the fish, and it's got a metallic flavour. It's off-putting. This time here.
Sabina.
You're back. But Atticus...
The man who took Atticus's life. He thought it would save his child. But it wasn't right.
Atticus.
If there's anything you need, I'll see what I can do.
I don't know. I need time and... to put his name on the wall of light. Thank you. At least for letting me know.
Dogtown's desperate at being targeted, then falling victim to demons. The Snake Nest owner. The people Compassion found. What if it's all the work of the same demon?
It's a good theory, and bad news for the people it targets.
If we keep up the work in Dogtown, maybe we'll find more.
I did say I want to save all my commentaries to the very end, but I couldn't help myself to remark here and there. I still made it through pretty quickly, so here are my thoughts from the playthrough. Since Dorian and Emmerich are both necromancers, and House Pavis has a wide reach, it makes perfect sense for Dorian to know whose Emmerich is and vice versa. Just picture them hanging out at a necromancer convention. It was interesting to read the memento between Tosh and Nev about enchanted sickles the Venatori is using to bleed out their victims to fuel their blood magic. I say that's pretty damn ingenious. A sickle is a tool of the ferryman or the guide of the dead. It makes me wonder if it's also a practice by one of the Evaneris, specifically Fallen Dead, because they desperately want to emulate their old gods. So let's acknowledge that blood magic, like other forms of magic, is a powerful means to an end, and that its morality depends on its application. Although it makes me think if Solus said that to lie to himself. I've been waiting for this moment, well, one of them, when we would meet our Inquisitors in the game. I aged up my Inquisitor a bit during character creation to suggest the passing of time. His hair got longer and browner as he got older. He sports a tan from nation hopping and gathering intel from friends like Sarah and her friends of Red Jenny, Iron Bull, Vivian, and his ex-council members like Cassandra, Josephine, and Cullen. The Inquisitor's face has also gotten a little chubbier. I didn't like the default wardrobe because it reminds me of pajamas again, so I made sure I got him the N7 outfit mod, and he looks great, but too bad it removes a signature of his, the prosthetic arm. When the Inquisitor mentioned that the Free Marches has the worst Darkspawn invasion, my mind went immediately to the Trevelyan family. In Dragon Age Inquisition, the Trevelyans were a noble house holding the title of Ban in the tenure of Oswick in the Free Marches. In my fanfic, I wrote that Abram Trevelyan, who is the Inquisitor in this video, was an Oswick Hussar turned Templar Knight Captain of the Markham Circle that got chosen to watch over the mage delegates at the Divine Conclave. Abram's identical twin brother and mage, Anduin Trevelyan, fled the chaos at the Oswick Circle during the Mage Templar War to the safety of the Conclave, not knowing but hoping his twin is also safely there. Their adopted elven sister, Veilguard Levelon Trevelyan, secretly entered the Temple of the Sacred Ashes with her first keeper to check if both of her brothers are alive and among the delegates. As the temple blew up, the Trevelyans got casted into the Fae, and the rest is history. I didn't get far into my fanfic when life got super busy, but you can read their origin story from the link above. Many familiar characters and nations were mentioned in this exchange with the Inquisitor. Evelyn Valen was one of our companions in Dragon Age 2, aside from Isabella, Fenris, and Sebastian, aka the Prince of Starkhaven. I did choose to leave Hawk in the Fae, so having Evelyn as the acting Viscount after Varric left his post to chase after Solas was the only choice really, and I'm glad she's with Sebastian to hold the line of defense in Starkhaven. I highly doubt that Ben and Lady Trevelyan could have remained in Oswick, so I'm going to headcanon them as being among the refugees in Starkhaven. Abram's twin, Mage Inquisitor Anduin Trevelyan, has been married to Josephine at the end of Trespasser. To explain why Josephine isn't in Antiva is because the couple helped resettle Ben and Lady Trevelyan, so they are also stuck in Starkhaven, but Josephine is resourceful in providing diplomatic assistance to Abram with Liliana's crows. More like Charter's crows, because I made Liliana the new divine. Veilguard Trevelyan and her husband, Cullen, would have seen the signs that Ferelden is in big trouble, and joined Orzammar in fighting back the Darkspawns. They should be at Redcliffe. Abram has been bouncing around, as Morgan implied, not only to unify his allies against the invasion, but to check in on his family and keep a close eye on his enemies, especially those who would hurt his Amatus, Dorian. The Venatorian might not know Dorian and Abram are lovers, and Dorian's influence in Tevinter as a magistrate would make it difficult for Abram to, simply walk into Minrathous. I hope to see him and Dorian reunite in Veilguard. That's the other moment I've been waiting for. Morgan had me thinking when she told Rook that Solas is trapped in his dreams, not in the Fade. I recall how Solas was able to enter into the Inquisitor's mind as the Inquisitor slept to have a chat. If Solas is considered a dreamer, which is a mage who can enter the Fade at will without the aid of lyrium or blood magic and can affect the dreams of sleeping people, then yeah, it's a rare gift, but likely not an unusual skill among the most powerful ancient elves like Solas. Maybe Solas is doing the same thing with Rook, but differently because Solas is no longer in the waking world like he was in the Inquisition. Therefore, being trapped in the Fate is like an eternal dream. I still remember the banter between my companions in Inquisition when I first recruited them. They would start quite snippy, sparring with words until they've spent enough time together to get over their differences. I feel Nev and Emmerich and Nev with Lycanis are pretty much doing the same sparring, and slightly between Davrin and Tash, but they have a healthy competition going on. Maybe the suspicious quips could be due to the Tevinter's reputation and or between mages. I haven't paired up Nev with Tash long enough to tell if they'll get along. Harding and Valeria seems like a neutral type that can fit with anybody. What I did expect was Nev and Emmerich's saucy rivalry to go on longer, at least for a couple more quests, just like Dorian and Solas had back in those days, There seems to be a lot of stories in Tevinter about a parent who would be desperate enough to do anything to save their family lineage. For instance, for Dorian Pavis, his father planned on using blood magic as a way of gay conversion, so he would get married and bear children to continue their line of Altus mages. Thank goodness that didn't happen. Linus and his desperate attempt to save his sick child, Reggie, from lung failure of sorts is another. The massive cavern beneath the bar storage unit is huge and is connected to the quest where we fought darkspawns and blew up large light boils. Might also be connected to the dig site where we helped the Spirit of Compassion solve the murders by demons. So, does this mean that the entire city of Mirathis was built on or over a large ancient elven city? Probably not as big as Arlathon, but still. There is a theory that the Magisterium was once an old elven temple of Razakale. One possibility is that Mirathis was built on a temple city of one of the Evaneris, Gillenay's perhaps. The ossuary may just be her experimental lab. Also, I really want to explore the huge cavern some more because I honestly want to get that shiny chest where the hangman is. I'm so bad. Who cares about the dead men? I want the shiny thing, you know? Priorities, right? That's it for now. I'm going back into the crossroads to see if I can find any more of Solas's memories. I honestly lost track of how many I got so far, but yeah, that'll be my next destination. Feel free to support my channel by simply liking my videos and subscribing. Thank you for joining me and see you next time.